Who would like to go first?
Go ahead, Brew.
This is a tough question.
Oh.
I do think it's a tough question. However, both teams are problematic ownership front office situations. One, though, you can't change the Cowboys situation. A strong personality like McCarthy, who's won a Super Bowl, who can say, I won 12 games, 3 straight years recently, I think he could go into Chicago and create a culture. So I think that's a plus for the Bears. Dallas, I want to say, they got more talent, but then when I really think about it, Caleb should be at least as good as Dak. I think he could be at least 2 years from now.
Yeah,
next year I think he'll get better. Yeah.
During this coach's first contract.
Yeah, he should be at least as good as Dak, if not better. Good chance he's better. Receiving core, I think the Bears got a better one, even though they don't have CeeDee Lamb. But overall, then running back could change, but DeAndre Swift's the best one. And defensively, I think they don't have a Micah Parsons.
Cowboys are better defensively.
But the Bears could be a good defensive team and in the same realm as the Cowboys.
Wow,
so
this team is amazing.
I actually, the one knock against the Bears to me is the division, but the NFC East isn't easy either. I mean, Philadelphia and now Washington come in, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
So I go with the Bears as well. Wild's saying this team's amazing sarcastically because they won 5 games. Cowboys won 7. So if
Cowboys had everybody hurt.
No, that's the Cowboys quarterback missed half the year.
That's a big one.
I understand.
Star player missed games, and
Micah missed 4 games, right? Am I wrong?
Was it?
I think he was 5th in the league in sacks despite missing 4 games. Maybe
it was 4. I think it was 4.
Listen, there's agreed on all fronts, but I think that Brew is correctly assigning the exact bump Wilds is going to assign to Drake May, which is star quarterback, highly drafted, will be better in year 2 than in year 1, particularly with better coaching. To me, this is a no-brainer. The Bears' job has, theoretically, one of the highest ceilings of any job in the league because of the quarterback. The same way that if you believe in Drake May, the Patriots' job has a very high ceiling, what the Bears' job has over some of the other jobs where you would have the quarterback in place is theoretically already has some cornerstone talents elsewhere as opposed to a full-on total rebuild. The division point is a good one. The NFC North is harder than the NFC East, but if we are measuring divisions by which division do you have the tougher coaches in, NFC North for sure. Which division do you have the tougher quarterbacks in? It might be the NFC East, depending on what you think of Jaden, depending on what people think of Jalen, who I know some people think of more highly than I do, but he's been to a Super Bowl. I think the Bears, and to me, there is a ceiling in Dallas. And Jerry Brew has talked about it for years. We have seen it demonstrated year over year, and it's not a lot of unmolded clay. It's like we've already spent our money. We've already picked our quarterback. We already have the pieces there. While the Bears, it's more of what you can create. So if, no one's asking me to be a head coach and I'd be a terrible one. But if someone were asking me what job I'd rather have the one where I can build my own thing with potentially a star quarterback that we know his ceiling is higher than Dak's.
I don't want to be a jerk, but we don't know that.
What do you mean?
I saw Dak win 13 games and be an MVP candidate. I don't know. I mean, Caleb's theoretical ceiling.
Well, yeah, it's all theoretical.
But I'm just not willing to say his ceiling is definitely better than Dak's.
Well, you can't guarantee his ceiling's higher.
No, I didn't say he'll get to his ceiling. Hold on.
We're just saying his potential. He has
more potential than Dak.
And he's benefiting from the unknown. We know more about Dak, so we have a good feel for what his ceiling is. We're assuming that Caleb's ceiling is going to be significantly higher than he's shown. But to me, where this is a good job is this would be his 3rd head coaching job, and he totally gets to reset the clock. He gets to totally reset the clock. So instead of being on the edge of his seat, every week, we're talking about, is he on the hot seat? He loses a couple games. Is he on the hot seat? He gets to go into an organization that's beat down, that has had so much dysfunction over the course of this season. The fan base will be excited to have him there. And then as an offensive head coach, I think that has real value for Caleb in that offense, because Mike is a very good offensive head coach, whether you agree or disagree. I mean, he's put up significant numbers as an offensive coach, so I think that would help Caleb a lot. The division is challenging, and I think it's more challenging than the division that the Cowboys are in right now. But just the idea of being able to go into a fan base that's a different kind of beatdown. Like Dallas is beat down because they expect to be the best all the time, even if it's, foolish expectations, where Chicago's just been beat down over time. You have a chance to reinvigorate that and do some really positive things.
Go ahead.
If you were Mike McCarthy and you were offered the exact same contract from both the Bears and the Cowboys, you would spurn the Cowboys and just pack up and go to Chicago?
Yeah,
exact money, everything's the same.
Here's the reason why for me is because I've been told I was on the verge of being fired year after year, and now I'm going to a place that wants me, and I've got the potential to be there for a longer period of time, and I've got a chance to initiate things without the overbearing presence of a owner GM.
Right.
Like there's going to be a GM in place there, and there's ownership in place there, but it's a different relationship than when the owner is the GM and you have no ability. You might be able to persuade him, but you can't trump him at any point.
I'm a Dallas Cowboys guy, I guess.
Why?
You think this is a better job to Cowboys?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're the Dallas Cowboys. So that's
you got to deal with that ownership.
No big deal. Deal with the owner. I've been dealing with the ownership. It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys. So I can have basically stop there. And I don't necessarily buy into the fact that Caleb's I don't buy the hypothetical ceiling that Caleb has versus Dak. I've seen Dak be an MVP candidate. I've seen Dak win playoff games occasionally, but I've seen him fail. But I've seen him win playoff games. I have seen Dak lead the league in, did he lead the league in passing or was right there? I've seen him win 13 games year after year. I haven't seen any of that from Caleb.
You've never seen any of that from any rookie ever. So here's the question I have.
Okay, but this is what my retort to the first thing, and then you can ask me the question. Do I think a senator, has a lower ceiling than a high school valedictorian? It's like, you don't know. You never know what this kid can do. I'm like, I don't know. The other guy's a senator. Like,
no, but
I kind of rock with the senator. But you never know what this
but that's a
look
totally
at his
hold on.
Senator from what state?
Wait, hold on. That's a totally unfair comp.
Is he the valedictorian?
It's not because that's not what it is. Do you think that a 6-term senator who it's like, hey, this is my job and the only thing I'm going to do has a better chance of being president of the United States than someone who their first time running just won in a landslide but has no experience? I mean, the answer is that one. And so here's the question. The thing I was going to ask you is this. Is what, Wiles?
I mean, Biden wasn't a long-term senator, but it's okay.
No, but
we're getting too
I understand, but that's why that's also to be clear why I said that's the only thing I ever want to do. Biden started running for president 40 years ago. Now, so set that aside.
He got there.
But here's the question I have.
The same time the Cowboys are on.
Do you think it is in Dak Prescott's pie chart of what the rest of his career is going to look like? Mm-hmm. There is a single slice of it where it says best quarterback in the NFL. Does Dak Prescott have one slice?
No.
Okay. Does Caleb?
We don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No, but if you're saying,
I would say no, but
no. But
of all the scenarios,
of all the outcomes,
sure.
Yes,
there's a slice of it,
right?
Yes.
But that's all I was saying was ceiling. His ceiling is higher than Dak's.
I mean, I guess so. That maybe I'm probably not going to be an astronaut. So then there's just. Well, my kid might be. I mean, I guess.
But you're not in NASA either.
Right. I mean, that's why the high school thing doesn't make any. He was the #1 pick of the most recent draft we had.
I know, but I got to see. But I'm just not. This is an outgrowth of putting him on my Holmes Mountain. I haven't seen it. I've seen winning. We just take all of Dak's accomplishments, and because he's had some playoff failures, just throw them away.
Would you?
But I don't know. Bo Nix.
Well, would you trade?
Let's give Bo Nix a shot.
Trade Drake May for Dak?
Right, on the trajectory that the Patriots are on right now, no.
Right.
What do you mean trajectory?
Hold on.
We're terrible. We're not going to be. I think when we'll be ready to win, Dak will be probably too old to win.
The Bears theoretically are more ready to win. If you put Dak in there right now, they would be better.
But they wouldn't. I think that you have, maybe it is because of the Mahomes Mountain thing. Maybe it's because I picked him to go to the Super Bowl. You have an allergy to treating Caleb the way you treat all the other rookies, which is graded on a rookie curve where you, of course, are taking in pedigree and draft profile into the projection because that's how we grade every rookie ever.
I get it, but there's a certain point where I'm just not going to dismiss a long career of productivity for Arch Manning. If we're going to have that conversation, I'm not really willing to rock with Arch Manning.
I don't think you're dismissing it. You're just acknowledging that his long production is probably at the level that it's going to be, and that's just where it is.
I think that he can win 4 more games when he gets to the playoffs. I do think that can happen.
If he has an unbelievable running game and a really good defense.
Yeah,
that works.
There's a level of we know what one guy is, and it's good but not great. And some people would prefer just sign me up for the good. I think the most ambitious coaches would say, give me the guy with the chance to be great.
It's
the argument.
But we're living in a world where Sam Darnold might win the Super Bowl.
Right. We're also living in a world where the guy who's going to win the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, his team drafted him when they had Alex Smith, who was good, but was never going to be great. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.